Mission 3, The Conquest. Agriel must travel a long, hard road to get to Tieru. He will have to cross the lands of the elves, and they are hardly disposed to allow passage of a demon lord. Agriel, however, is not about to let a few angry elves stop him from reaching his goal.
What are they gonna do? Tell Santa?
Anyways, should we get some of these dudes, or these dudes?
Let's get the first guy. He looks cool.
First guy
He
it
looks like a
is.
dragon. Oh, that last one looks cool too, though.
No open,
Nightmare.
no opening cutscene. We're
Noise.
just dropped right into it. Is this the one where it's better to skip getting to town until the first weekends?
Until the first weekend.
I think so. Also, this is the first time we're playing as the demons and actually get a town.
Oh. We get to see where the demons live. How quaint.
We get to see where the demons live. The town hall. Town hall, right? Oh, that would be the port. Either way, this building has fire spewing out of it.
Nice.
There's just smoking rocks falling from the sky.
That must be one really awesome barbecue happening there.
Anyways. I'll get that later. Oh. Gilrain. He seems friendly.
Yeah, let's go give him a hug.
Also cutscene.
Turn around and leave, demon. Your burning feet shall not tread our meadows.
Move aside, Flower Sniffer. I have spoken with Tieru. I must pass through to Iris' sea.
Tieru? He is but a legend. Then your hooves will not scorch one blade of Solana's grass.
Tree-shagging pixies. I don't have time for this. Kill them!
It's fine.
Tree shagging pixies. Who wants to make them that the new their new name in Discord?
So first things first, I don't like any of what I'm seeing here. And I don't like that there's still some left. Oh no!
It says 0. A thing with a white cap kept chasing me, named Capsicid. Should I catch it? You could. It's all right.
It's lit, yo.
I don't think I would catch it. I wouldn't use a Capsicid.
Don't capture that kid.
Agriel. My patience is as plentiful as my morality. Elf, you have a morality? Agriel, no! He's so rude to the elf.
That killed way more than I was hoping they would.
Aww. Those tree
Ow.
shagging pixies.
Oh, you know. Smite them.
Oh, female Faffy.
Should have done the one move. I would have gotten more experience. Huh. Expert attack.
Exploit.
They fight well for stargazing poets. If I am going to make it to Tieru, I'll need to clear out the towns on the way.
The army of Gillian has been defeated. You may manage to run away from the battlefield. Now Gillian is assembling a new army so that Agriel will have to fight with him again soon. It'll be a decisive battle.
Wait, what?
The leader... Oh, Nina. The leader of the group we were fighting just now, they ran away and are gonna be building up an army to fight us again.
Okay. I thought I was talking to you, and I'm like, but we're Agriel. We're not gonna fight ourselves.
So it said Gilrain.
Oh.
Get smote, my dude.
Smouted. Smitten?
Smart.
Yes.
Let's use this. You look like you could chill.
Take a chill pill. Aha! Breaking. Agriel holds 0 tolerance for knife-eared scum. That is kind of odd. He seems at least temperamental to everyone else, but he hates the elves of the past, right? He's like the elves are just like, we must protect our land and the grass and the trees. Like, leave them alone. And Agriel's like, no. They fight. He's like tree-loving scum. They fight well for stargazing poets. I take offense, for I am a stargazing poet. I do not claim the elves. I pass them on to 0. What am I gonna do with these tree-shagging pixies? What?
I said, how does it feel to have the elves pass on to you?
Pretty good. I have taken on their nomenclature.
Don't do it. Ow.
I think I might be the only person in all of Earth that liked seeing Legolas in the Hobbit movies. Like, I know he wasn't in the book. But the Hobbit movie, Peter Jackson the Hobbit movie, isn't just an adaptation of The Hobbit, it's a follow-up of The Lord of the Rings, and Legolas being an immortal elf who was definitely alive at the time. I would have been annoyed if I didn't see him. They could have done better with him. They like certainly misused his character, and like it was kind of lame, but if he didn't show up at all, I would also have a problem.
Go with logistics. Am I missing one?
Are you?
Yeah, I think I'm missing attack. Not attack, luck.
Luke, I am your father.
Luke at me. What's so funny, Sarah? Join me! Oh, sweet, they actually did. I didn't expect them to. There was something guarding a thing. Join me! Yeah, like that. That's what I expected.
Zen Firebird is redeeming a hydrate and a stretch and a posture check.
More like a dihydrate.
It says I found a Terra Weasel in its ice. It's legit the worst type now.
Hey, a big part of why ice is the worst type is stat-wise they want to be a defensive type, but dang it, that's not the...
But they're not resisting to anything other than ice.
Yeah, but they only resist themselves. So
That does make it a pretty bad type.
Yeah, so it makes worse for defense for it's such a bad type because it's okay a type offensively. Nothing's immune to it, and it's good against some good stuff.
That's mainly the use of it is coverage on water Pokemon. I think, right? Like, I keep forgetting, but almost every water Pokemon has an ice attack.
But yeah,
Really,
so things like
hurts.
Pokemon like Weavile don't fit into this type sucks category because they're not trying to be defensive, they're trying to hit hard. So something like Weasel / Floatzel, which is also a move fast, hit hard, isn't necessarily gonna suck just because it's ice type.
That makes sense. Yeah, Weavile's pretty scary once it gets that stat boost.
Get whooped, my dude. You can reach those? I specifically didn't move because I didn't think you could reach those. Dang it.
Aww. Once again, your inability to judge distance in this game is biting you.
Personally, I think if you're letting your Buizel get hit, you're using it wrong in the first place.
Mm-hmm. You gotta put up that rain. Unfortunately, Pelipper's like the only drizzle Pokemon right now.
Apparently it's like the only drizzle Pokemon period, practically. Like, not literally,
Really?
but just about.
Oh man. Is Kyogre not in the game anymore? I thought Kyogre has
As I said, not literally, but just about. Also, when you try to not use legendaries, it's even less.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I would have used Floatzel if there was a Pokemon that I liked that could set up rain passively. I could still maybe, like, use Rain Dance to set up rain. But it would be nice to have that passive setup.
Mm-hmm. I feel like rain is the most unfortunate of the weather setting up ones in terms of actually having something to set up with.
Gigantamaxing was kind of nice in that regard, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely feel like some Pokemon that were good because of weather could do better in Swish than in Scarlet and Violet.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's actually part of why I've changed my Flareon to be physical instead of special.
Mm.
Because it couldn't as easily set up Sun, which isn't the worst thing since it is on a sunny day team, but it's not it isn't going to be able to do it itself like it was in Sword and Shield.
Man, Sunny Day is so tricky to use now.
Oh yeah, there's also all those fun Paradox Pokemon that get stronger when you set up Sun.
Yeah. Which I also have one, so it's like a risk-reward kind of thing. Like me fighting Pickles, who has the same elephant as I do.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, so I have to wait until that guy's out before I can safely set up Sun. If I really need to set up Sun, do I take the risk of also boosting his? I might just take Sunny Day off to fight him.
Isn't Flareon meant to be physical anyways? Yeah, but wait, cutscene real quick.
The town I needed, but not this letter. For the glory of Solana. Who writes tripe like this? Gilrian, of course. The stain on my honor cannot be purged, but by a ritual duel. Is this all they think about? I have more important things to do than reprimand petulant florists. Gilrian's welcome to become my enemy if he wishes. But he would do well to learn that those who make that choice seldom live to make too many others.
Flareon is able to learn a special... Oh, these matter actually. A special ground type move with a 30% chance to burn in Sword and Shield.
There's a special ground type.
Yeah, there are a few special ground types. Man, that move could be that you really come back. Ugh. There's like Mud Shot in Scarlet and Violet, not much else. This probably was a poor decision. I don't have much armor.
Huzzah!
Earth power, that's good. But there's also nothing that like Earth power is very distinctly something like mostly ground type moves are going to learn. There's not much special coverage. Like every Pokemon that likes to use physical attacks that's decently heavy can learn Earthquake.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's not really anything that things can learn for coverage if they use special attack. Ow. Ow.
Yeah, and I was looking at like rock coverage for special Pokemon, and I found that Slowking can learn Power Gem. And I'm like, you had to dig deep for that one, didn't you?
I think they could serve to like add more moves, honestly.
Yeah.
There's definitely a few types out there where the physical special split basically never happened for them. There's still like 90%. Either they're like 90% the type the either physical or special that they used to be before, or the ones they do learn just don't suck. Fire is definitely one of them. I feel like I feel like fire's been slowly getting up there, but I feel like every type that doesn't have some sort of like 80 to 100 power move with 100 accuracy for both physical and special probably is missing it in whatever it used to not be before the split.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, such a basic thing. I honestly made my own fan-made move called Dust Bowl, which is basically Blizzard before Sandstorm. Same power and accuracy and doesn't miss during Sandstorm. As if Sandstorm needed a boost.
There really is like an extreme imbalance in those weathers, isn't there?
Yeah, I always wonder if the like what would it be called? The if the preference for certain things is on purpose.
Maybe. I really don't. You'd think if it was on purpose, it'd be to like help weaker types, but then you'd think that ice would be the best one. And it's certainly a lot better now. But it was probably the worst one before.
Well, I mean, on purpose doesn't necessarily mean it's the right decision. You know, like Game Freak does some things on purpose, like pushing the Charizard propaganda, or
It won't sweet to win with the right place.
making certain Pokemon just completely unusable in the metagame.
Sweet.
Making the timers very short.
I'm sure it's just like still a thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like, I almost wonder if Game Freak literally is like, oh, well, if we don't make certain things suck, then everything will be too balanced. Like, there'd be no advantages? I don't know. Like, they might have some, like, backwards idea for why, or maybe someone just really likes like physical attackers and thinks special attackers suck, and that's why they don't get anything. Do you think people would do that, Lyra? Let their own biases get in the way of good game development?
Never.
What if it was Game Freak?
Absolutely not. They're like the best.
Ah!
They're such a fine establishment. Only make peak fiction.
If Lyra says it, it's gotta be true.
Oof. This. What can I do?
What can't you do?
Safely beat up any of these dudes.
Uh,
Can I do anything over here? Oh, there's wood and gold over there. So let's go there. Let's go there, Tieru.
okay. I love gold. It's like one of my favorite things.
You're one of my favorite things.
Oh! Thank you, Lyra.
Get appreciated, my dude. I'm not to recover.
Gasp, I don't think I will. I think it's time to die. Fulfilled and full of purpose and appreciated.
I'm gonna think about this backfired. Hold on.
I no longer have a reason to live.
Hold on. How much money do you think I make a turn?
Loads, I bet.
How much is loads? 0?
Definitely, 500.
Man, you have no gauge for, Oh, wait, hold on. Where's that? Pikachu Saturn is subscribed to Tier 1. They've been subscribed for 18 months.
Woo! Thank you!
Bust in saying woo 18 months.
Woo! 18.
Oh, so the answer was 4,000 0.
Ah!
4,000 gold every single turn.
Oh my goodness. I should have gone with my first answer, which was 2,000.
You would have been much closer.
I would have.
Real quick. Give me your dudes.
No, they're mine. Get your own dudes.
It says, why are there just boulders rolling? Why can I die in this game? See, Kit is having a good time.
Having a grand old time.
Good thing I came over here for the wood. I just ran out.
Why not?
Basic luck. I think that's the one I was missing. So now I have all the basic things I need for the fancy one.
I can't believe you were missing the gay.
It is quite out of character for me.
It is. It's very out of character. You should be ashamed.
Oh. I no longer have any wood.
And I no longer have any shame.
That's a shame, man.
A shaman?
Lots of joke. Oh, also, yeah. See, this one's a gal, and she has the same fully armored outfit.
Oh. I see this succubus has discovered modesty.
No chance.
What?
So I meant that it's like reading the thing that was telling me we had no chance against that army. But it's very amusing.
Yeah.
When I
That's
choose
hilarious.
to say it. Odds are normal now. And that battle would happen right after the turn ends. Let's see what we got.
We gotta see where we stand.
Yeah, never mind.
Oh.
There are archers in there. There are 52 archers in there. I'm not going to be able to beat that with my 7. When it was clearing out dudes before they got together. And that was one thing, but...
Now they've got together.
Yeah. Then I'll have you go up here. Arvin is warming up to Kit and the other way around as well.
Nice, nice.
Kit was also over leveled for the Titan. As we said, that was the second one. And
Yeah.
Archer did the third one.
Arvin and I never really quite saw eye to eye.
Why not?
Because he only has one eye. No, just kidding. I don't like his hair.
It's not just bad. It's no Game Freak is bad at this.
Well, were you trying to do them in order, or were you just doing whatever? Because it doesn't sound like you knew that you could do them out of order at all in the first place. Like, I knew I could do them out of order, and I was trying to do them in order, and I still did them out of order.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I wasn't trying too hard. I was just, like, kind of... It would be nice, but, like, just whatever feels natural. You know? I wasn't like... the game will be ruined if I don't do them ever. In fact, some of them were quite similar enough that, like, I couldn't even tell what order they were supposed to be in. I wasn't like, oh wow, this is, like, completely way too weak. Like, I am definitely out of... I'm sure that happened at least once, but, like, I don't remember it at this point. Did I have an instance where I was
cutscene.
way... Oh.
And now these raggedy druids and their hedgerow sorcery pester me. Druids. Either they get out of my way, or I'll grind them into the dirt they're so fond of worshipping.
Druids have declared this the month of sylvan creatures. Population of all dwellings increase unless they're owned by you. Yeah, that's why it gave us this this to do, because we have to beat up these dudes. Look, more wood.
I love
Would you
wood.
look at that?
It's not like we're in the woodlands surrounded by wood elves who are really precious about their nature.
I can't believe Mana thinks the camera work in these cutscenes is truly baffling. What's to be baffled by them?
What's so baffling? I played a druid my first time doing D&D.
I haven't played a druid.
I picked a druid specifically so that I could transform into a wolf. Because that's, you know, my whole character. She turns into a wolf.
Being furry.
No!
That's Zero's entire character. Oh right, I played Adelaide for one whole mission.
One whole mission. Hey, a mission could go for like months and months, depending.
One whole session.
Oh, okay.
It was a one-shot that actually was a one-shot.
Imagine a one-shot actually being a one-shot. Imagine.
Not me needed, but for that anyway, so we're good to skedaddle. Get
Skedaddly
over
do.
there.
Blue skidoo, weekend too.
Actually, is there something down here?
You are.
Nuh-uh.
Oh. But have you considered Yaha?
I haven't because it's false. False advertising. I'm gonna load the start of the turn just to give myself that extra bit of movement.
Mm-hmm. We can do. My lizard bike can swim now. No
Pikachu,
longer can I
love
drown.
you. I mean, what?
That's adorable.
Oh, sweet. You don't need rocks for this one.
Cool.
My strength grows. Can I do anything with that strength? Not necessarily.
Oh my goodness.
Let's beat up these guys. I feel like we could beat up those guys.
I think you can beat up anyone you choose to, Lyra. I believe in you.
Hmm. You heard it here. Not even. If we fail, it's all Zero's fault.
Oh no! Are imps immune to fire? I feel like they should be.
I don't think so.
Because, like, y'all are always on fire. Like, you guys are actually on fire.
So is Charmander. You don't see Charmander being immune to fire.
That's true.
We don't need to do that.
You think the very tip of Charmander's tail is immune to fire?
Yes. Mom says breaking. Agriel cuts off tax source for Isabel.
She'll never
She'll never recover. Oh no, don't have bad morale.
Yellowbird and Bombardier couple.
56 versus 12.
There's so many Pokemon this generation with disgusting dewlaps.
With what?
Have you ever... You know how, in Pepper's comic, the things we have, Softfriend has, like, the fluff around her neck?
Yes.
So that's her artistic representation of a dewlap, which is this, I think it's a flap of skin? Or fat? I don't know what it is, but it's this fat, juicy flap of skin with, like, fluffy fur on it that female rabbits sometimes get. And when they're really big, they're like, oh my goodness, they're kind of disturbing. I would squish it, but, like, they look disgusting. And so many Pokemon this generation have a big, juicy flap of, like, just jowls. Just, like, dewlaps, essentially. Like, I don't know what else to call it. It's a dewlap. And, Bombardier, is one of them. I know it's made out of feathers or something, but it's so solid in the, like, 3D model, the way they make it. It's just this huge flap of skin. Dutch Bun also has a big dewlap because it's made of bread, it doesn't look like it's just fur, it's like actual chinny, like, flesh lumps. The other dog, what's it, the Mabostiff, has a huge chin also. And there are others. I could pull up a list of Pokemon and go through them, but I don't care to.
Don't worry, Zero. I also don't care for you to do that. Well, I guess it's not letting me attack just from one down, so I guess I'll attack here.
I'm just saying, if I was asked to do the generational style study that I did once upon a time, that would have been on the list of things for this generation.
Hmm.
It's great. It's amazing. Such a strange detail to include.
Those phoenixes?
I think it's Phoenix Eye.
I think you're Phoenix Eye.
Oh no!
I
It's
shall save here.
Moltres.
Oops. Turns out I'm
Why?
just over leveled now. Which? Well, one's gotta go for dinner.
Huh? Oh, bye!
Okay.
It says, Lyra, I'm over-leveled for the Starfall Dark-type base. I was under-leveled for Milla, turns out. I was just over-leveled now. I'm just over-leveled now. Oh. Ooh! Look at that phoenix. It's got a beard.
You know what?
Chin whiskers.
126 versus. It's only gonna be 120. Yeah, it was.
What if it was 420?
That would have been amazing, honestly.
Oh,
And then finally, these guys get to go.
finally.
Heck yeah. Right.
Left.
That was a poor decision on my part.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I really need you to attack from this exact position. Please attack from this exact position. Otherwise you can't attack at all. Because I need you to stand in that exact position. There we go.
Oh, you can turn the map. For some reason I never... For some reason I never noticed that. I feel like that would confuse me.
So you go twice?
Ooh. That means it's really fast? Or is it like a ability that it has to go twice?
I mean, it's really fast. Did I only do 12? Okay, I did not only do 12. Thank goodness.
You were sweating there.
I really was. I hope I can still push forward after that. On the bright side, I think I can upgrade everything except the demons. Not have to worry about running all the way back to get more.
Mm.
To upgrade the ones I already have.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't. The downside is that's because I don't have any.
Ah!
Right, let's see what we got. Not ghosts.
Oh, I hate the ghosts. They're so annoying.
Why? What is the chance on the miss? Am I just really unlucky? Or is it really supposed to miss like
Well, it can't
50
just be
plus
luck.
percent of the time?
If you were just unlucky, you would miss everyone, right?
No.
Oh.
Like, just me, real life me, actually being unlucky.
Oh.
Not like an unlucky game mechanic.
Well, I mean, luck is a game mechanic, so I wasn't sure. Kit wants to know why they have to fight the car. Why is the car a bus? It's cool. Everyone loves cars.
Thank goodness.
I like this tree. It looks really cool.
Yeah. Druids are declared it
Agriel would burn it down. What?
Druids are declared it the month of sylvan creatures. Sylvan creatures are more of them now.
Oh, Sylvan.
However,
Why ever?
don't do it. That's what you think about it. Don't do it. Get it.
Oh, that unicorn looks really cool. I thought that the deer head that guy was wearing on his head was his head.
Let's just mess them up. Yeah, whoops. Oh, nice. Eat death. Sweet.
I like how the ghost guy is like, I see we have the same goals. Why don't you come meet me here, amongst my people? And then all that resulted in is the demons and the elves killing each other.
No, it's fine. It's all for the greater good, you know?
Like, the elves don't even think he's real.
But he is real. We saw him with our own 2 eyes. He was all blue and hologrammy.
Yeah.
Oh, only the ponies need more. Ah, excellent. This guy has nothing but puppers.
Nice. Puppies. So, is that succubus that was talking at the beginning, going to come back?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if she was like one of those characters that like just never shows up again after one of your
She's around. You know, places.
somewhere.
Somewhere.
Was she the same one that was pretending to be Beatrice?
Yeah.
Oh, I figure I recognize that speech pattern.
This may be a little much for us.
Then we should make it a big mush.
I somehow feel like the opposite of what we want.
Go big or go home!
Get whumped. Oop.
Are there like new units specific to this game? Like not just new models, but straight up new categories and stuff?
Possibly.
What's that? Sibylle?
You cannot reach. And you pop up before anyone else can reach. So I probably wanna... Well, this would just bump a whole stack. Do I want to do that?
Kit says, Sub-Zero, why does Iono have sharp teeth and is a VTuber? I don't think she's a VTuber. I think that's just her. I think she's a live streamer. Um, and as for the sharp teeth, all I have to say is, I don't know. Get it? Because that's her name.
Shh.
Da. I know.
Also, this is
Huh?
what I was talking about when I was like, you can use the clones, the summoned ones to block off, so the regular ones are safe.
Meat shield.
Meat shield. Whoa. No, you're thinking of the girl from the anime, who also technically isn't a VTuber. Should I go for advanced luck? I'll go for this one. Do I have anything in luck yet? I don't. So I cleared that out so there's more room to get stuff in luck. Might be the wise decision.
You heard it here, folks. Lyra thinks being more gay is a wise decision.
Was this ever up for debate? Debate that you think that, or debate that it's true? Yes. Alright. Let's run him up there. Although, that is the 3-hour mark.
Oh. Wowie zowie.
Wowie
How
zowie.
far are you from like the end of this
Honestly, I'd say we're pretty close to halfway.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I believe there are 4 towns to take, and we have 2 of them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, with that, I think that'll be all for today. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you all had a fantastic time. And I'll see you all later.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Bidoof.